talk about Winnipeg Blue Bombers, 3-0, much to the surprise of myself, and I'm sure Bomber fans alike, because nobody saw this coming. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I don't think if you're a media pundit or a fan, this is definitely a shocker and a pleasant one for those in Winnipeg. Drew Willy has shown signs of being a good quarterback in his time with the Riders over the last few years, being a backup under Darian Durant. Now he's got his chance. A lot of people thought maybe this is a guy who's just going to be thrown in. They lost out on Caleros. They couldn't get a guy like Henry Burris to come to their team. So we're like, you know what, let's get Drew Willy in a trade. It's worked out for them, and it's paid dividends, 3-0. Do you see Willy being that next superstar?
Don't get
CFL?
carried away.
I'm just saying.
It's 3 games.
He's undefeated, and he's come back. He's led them to 2 comeback victories. They have more wins. They have the same amount of wins now than they did all of last year.
It's
I'm just
3
saying.
games. There's nothing to do in Winnipeg. Like, you have ever been to Winnipeg? Your team's 3-0. You might as well have a party and a parade, because this is as good as it's going to get for the Blue Bombers. Trust me. You know what? As much as we're talking about the Riders being 1-2 and we're panicking, they're doing the opposite in Winnipeg. They think this is the greatest thing, but you know what? You're in Winnipeg. You know what else?
I'm asking you, does Willy possess those superstar qualities than what you've seen in
3 games in? You can't call him a superstar. You can have a good start.
But those qualities that you could see he could emerge to become the newest.
The word that irritates me in sports the most is project. You know what? If Drew Willy's 3-0, we could project that he could be a Hall of Famer in 5 years' time. Well, no. But he's had a good start. Is he a superstar? Talk about it in 2 years.
Andrew, rebuttal?
Well, let's look at what he's done so far. He has put up great numbers so far, but he also, his running backs put up great numbers.
Yeah.
And you have a balanced offense, and that's how you win football games, is with a balanced offense. When you have to worry about what that running back's going to do, which we just talked about Saskatchewan, you don't have to worry about what they're doing. So all the pressure now on Durant. He doesn't have to do that in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball because now they have to cover both. So
Yeah.
I think it's a system that's working together, not just because one quarterback's doing it all.
And the good thing what they're doing in Winnipeg is that they're not going over top of what Drew Willy's skill set is. They're fitting their offense around his skill set. And his skill set, you know what, it is limited. You know, you can say what you want to say, that he's had 3-0 start, he looks sensational, but he has a limited skill set. He is no Darian Durant. Don't kid yourself. You're thinking that we should have kept him over Darian. Double D's been to how many Grey Cups? He's won a Grey Cup. He is the elite, one of the elite quarterbacks in the CFL, if not the elite quarterback.
Okay, well, we'll switch the attention to the Edmonton Eskimos. They had a quarterback that is, now we can say, proven. He's had a couple great seasons in BC as a backup, now as a full starter. He's got a year under his belt in Edmonton, and he's proving to be great. I'm talking about Mike Riley, of course. Their team also 3-0, despite having troubles with their kicker. And that has been a big deal. They've lost a lot of points, but they still managed to win.
Yeah.
But I want to get to this, guys. Eskimos, another 3-0 team. Are they the team that you see on paper can be the most dangerous in the West Division?
Yeah, no. Don't forget about that team down south. Calgary's very strong. BC's going to get better, and the guys wearing green and white will get a whole lot better. So the Eskimos, they're going to be one of many teams that will be competing for a playoff spot. Are they the best team in the West? No. Their defense is pretty good. Mike Riley has to get rid of the ball a lot sooner, because you know what happens in the past. He doesn't get rid of the ball. He tries to do something with it. And
He might end up like Zach Caleros.
Yeah, he gets in, get knocked out. Right now, the Eskimos' defense is winning their games. Their offense is chipping in, but are they the best team in the West? There's some media guys up at Edmonton think they are, but it's a long season ahead.
And let's just look at the schedule they've had. They've played the Red Blacks 0-2, Hamilton 0-2, BC's 1-2. Like, you've played a 1-6 combined, and you're squeaking by some of these teams. So you're not dominating like you should be against, if this is such the great team that it is, coming up in their schedule. Now they're playing teams who are, they're playing Calgary, they're playing these top teams, and playing Winnipeg. So we're going to tell this week whether or not we have.
It's
do you want to
Winnipeg.
give your projection on
that comes
that
down
one?
to it, and that's a great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great matchup, guys. You have the 3-0 Winnipeg Blue Bombers against the 3-0 Edmonton Eskimos. Who wins?
Your projection?
My projecting. I say Drew Willy, this next superstar. I probably say Winnipeg. You know what? And they're comparing Winnipeg's new Investors Field, I believe it's called, very similar to Seattle, where Seattle, it gets loud. And I know they had some ESPN people up there doing a story on the stadium, and it gets very, very loud, and they're right on top of you. So home field advantage is working for the Blue Bombers right now when they actually have a team. So I think the Bombers will probably beat the Eskimos.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bombers as well. I think that balanced offense is what's going to prove to win.
Clearly, you guys are going to be hated, or the most hated people in the prairies, especially around here, amongst Eskimo
That's
fans.
normal.
But
Oh,
I
they-
have
yeah.
no problem with it
Yeah,
because
well,
it's
That's
pretty
once they
normal.
get a pro hockey team too, we can talk. So.
All right, well, there you heard it. Your lips to God's ears. We'll see what happens there. All right, we're going to take another quick timeout. When we return, we're going to have over-under next.